who understand, who can read, who can understand what we are doing. So if I were a policymaker, if I was a decision, I'm going to focus a lot on education. We need to educate our Ghanaian people. We need to educate our citizens. For me, I think that is very, very important.
Have you finished?
No, just one more point. And I want to give an example. Realize that it launched mobile money, and a lot of the time, the people that it is targeting always have to walk to the shop. For example, to send money, he has to go to MTN office to send the money. Why doesn't he have to? Why is he not able to do it on his phone?
Derry, we only deal with Airtel money in this.
Okay, and Airtel money. Why does he have to go to the Airtel shop to send transfer money? Why can't he appreciate the fact that he can actually carry the money in his e-wallet, and then when it's time to do the transaction, he can do it on his own without having to go to the shop? Why? Because he's not educated. He can't even read a text message. And that for me is a killer of innovation if we don't have an educated mass. The other thing is that I believe that we need to change the public discourse, or we need to alter it a bit. A lot of our public discussion is really on politics. And the politics is around mediocrity. And if we don't change that discussion, if we can't discuss the big issues, if we can't put it out there for our young people to shy away from bootlicking and wanting to succumb to certain pressures just because they want to get by, and drive them to discuss innovation, drive them to discuss technology, we are going to be lagging behind. Because you want to go to Kenya and they're already doing it. We should move away from discussion and doing to learn. Ghana, we like talking to learn. What about doing to learn? And the final thing I like to say is that I believe that we need to create some kind of canopy, the framework within which we innovate should be one. So that if, for example, government wants to do, let's say, biometric registration, I realize the NHI wants to do his own thing, and the EC is doing his own thing, everybody is doing his own thing. Why can't we have one canopy that can cover all of us? And then we all tap into one biometric system. Why? I believe that these are some of the questions that we need to address, and when we address these things, we'll be on our way to driving our innovation in Ghana. Thank you.
Your campaign has been launched. Can you give the mic to Kina? So, Kina,
hello,
Ghana bloggers.
Hi.
She's been blogging happily, even on the podium.
So I wanted to advise my uncle a bit, but I'm not going to refer to him as uncle, Mr. Chair. I blog about books, everyone, and so I find it hard to comment on anything without bringing in books. And thank you, Dean, for talking about literacy. But when you meet an African author, let's say Ayi Koyama, you go, oh, this is fantastic, I love you, and then you don't buy their books. And African writers need to be read. Just like how, Mr. Chairman, technology has to be used. So anytime I hear a government leader talking to technology, and it almost feels like putting the concerns of the community at ease, it sounds a bit like pandering, telling us that, or telling the young people in the room, oh, we also think of you, we have such and such things available. It feels very wrong and worrisome. Because the young people in this room will survive any which way they can. In 10 years, it may not be ideal. They would have built up their companies, they would be doing their apps, because they would have leapfrogged Ghana and connect the rest of the world. You, Mr. Chair, your programs to develop Ghana would have failed. They would have failed. We cannot go on any longer pandering to technology. What also happens is that we sort of have an own community around technology. And when you were talking about degrees, I could understand where you were coming from. But that perception is also wrong. Because there are people in this country, in this room, who can help you solve the problems with or without the degrees. You need them more than they need you today. And we're not just talking about mining, we are talking about the ways in which technology can be used to solve health problems, agriculture like we've talked about, making the services of the services that government provides easier for the Ghanaian citizens to engage with. So when you talk about a roadmap, I like to think about a road network. And the many branches of that road can be built concurrently. One of them is building a literate society. We need to build the consumers who will actually consume whatever comes out of the roadmap. And we need to the president needs a chief technology advisor. As long as the president of Ghana does not have a chief technology advisor, we really don't want to hear that Madam Hannah Hammer and the minister are the ones alone talking about technology. If we hear that, it means things are going bad, are going wrong. Every single step of this roadmap can be done all at the same time. And this last year, Vodafone, there's a special help for that. They actually changed the rules of how we Ghanaians who use technology and online media, the cost of it. All these things are important. All these things are important. So I love you to death, but I'm not feeling any better today.
Abusing the fact that she's blood related to him.
Well, not blood, but let's say ideological background, family. But
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, do you see where we are coming from? That it has to be, you need these people, and we need technology. And technology is not a standalone sector. The Ghana Education Service, they like to teach English as though it's one language, it's one subject, and that's why literacy is failing in Ghana. We again treat technology as a sector. Technology is not a sector. It is a use. It is a communication. Madam would know. It is a tool. Just like the arts and just like the arts and culture and sports, it does so much. So we don't want to feel like we are a bunch over here, because if we are a bunch over here, we'll get on by ourselves, which by and large we have. But if we leave us to get on by ourselves, we fail. That's what I want to say, really.
So
Your success is built on, you have to operate, you need us. And let me talk about people, when you say,
don't forget the other side of this.
one last thing. When you say that the young people should develop proposals, again, how easy is the government making it possible for young people, specifically tech people, to produce proposals? Because a lot of the government tech projects, a lot of it we feel are run by people who are not technologists. Like they went and got a contract. This is just my pet peeve. But all I'm trying to say is, today, you need them more than they need you. The money is really, really good, but without your fund, they will go on. But you need them. It has to be, like this. It's a partnership. Thank you.
Well, I think NCA, you don't want to come back yet. Okay.